This is hardcore. You're halfway driving, chill, and then you see an M5, traction control off, and then you just drive. Or you're driving like that, and you're just turning, relying on the traction control, and then suddenly you realize you're going too fast into this turn, and the traction control might come in. So as you turn the car late into the apex, and then you, by the way, you press it, and then it turns off the traction control, and then you can full throttle. And then as you wind back your steering wheel after the turn, you switch your traction control back. Oh, this is the most hardcore traction control in the world.
When I switched to Pro mileage, in my case, I got 46-47% of savings for that car.
Pro mileage was the only one that gave me 5,000 extra value to cover, yet still cheaper, a lot less. A lot. Turn up!
You can see my glasses, right? That's how comfy I am in the car. Okay, this is the Lexus UX again. It's my second time driving this car, but this time it's an extended review. Wait, let me wipe my glasses first. Okay. I was blasting the air conditioning unit inside. Just came down from Genting. It was a fantastic drive. Yeah, the drive. Now this is a crossover, right? Albeit a more hatchback-y crossover. Think of it as a if you think of the the Subaru Outback as a wagon that is slightly raised, you know, crossover type, or the Porsche Taycan Cross Turismo, which is the wagon version of the Taycan but raised a little bit. And of course, cars that are not available in our market, the Audi Allroad Quattro or Volvo's Cross Country. All right, in Europe, this form factor is pretty popular, has been for quite some time. Basically, if you look at the profile of this car, it is a hatchback, right? About the size of, let's say, a Mazda 3. And of course, the most direct car that is of this proposition or of this proportion is the Mazda CX-30. All right, not a big crossover, or not a big not a small SUV like that of a XC40 or X50 or X1, you know, but more like this form factor whereby it's a crossover and it's hatchback. And you think of the previous Mercedes GLA, right? Or actually the current GLA grow by a little bit, but it's still hatchbacky. So this is where the Lexus UX comes in. All right, that's the segment. Interestingly, the blue seems to look larger than the white that I had earlier on. Okay, so again, this car is the one that has a lot of lines, but they are not as obvious as they are in the white color one. But the lines are everywhere, you know, they're everywhere. Don't ask, can't tell why, but they're everywhere. So the UX200 is a 2-liter NA, 169 horsepower. Look at the boot space, which is very little boot space, very small boot. But you get a huge hidden compartment. Think about this. This is not a car where you use as your main family transport, right? Think of a typical family of who can afford these type of cars, right? Maybe the husband drives out in terms of segment. Okay, the husband drives a GS or an E-Class or a 5 Series, right? Then the wife usually would pick a Mini or a Mercedes GLA, and that's where it comes in. The UX is to occupy for this segment, you know. The boot is for them to put their shoes, their yoga mats, you know, their gym equipment, duffel bags and all that. And then down here, probably the laptop bag and more valuables, you know, keep it out of sight. And it's a small car. It's easy to drive, easy to park, easy to go around places. And the fear of, you know, hitting the undercarriage and all that is alleviated because it's a taller riding car. A lot of ladies were afraid of, you know, scratching the cars and all that. And I love the interior. Later I'll go in, all right? So that's the proposition of this car. I mean, it's a premium car. It's a Lexus, right? You go in there, you touch the material, everything is different. Soundproofing wise, the glass house area, soundproofing is really good. That means wind noise suppression is very good. But I felt the wheel well, the undercarriage soundproofing at high speeds is not as good as the rivals, or even not as good as, let's say, a Proton X70, okay, in terms of soundproofing. Tires are average tires. These are Bridgestone Turanzas, but I love the Turanza for their comfort. Pretty quiet, relatively quiet, and not the most quiet, okay. And Turanzas, they're not super duper grippy, but the good thing with them is that even when they start to lose grip, they will lose it progressively. Basically, it's a very safe tire to use, very comfortable and safe, and has a little bit of performance in them, as in the drive, the tracking of the trails and all that is all right. And I don't know, do you like the design of this car? I don't like the way it looks because of all the sharp angles, you know, everything fighting one another. I think to me it's a very busy design. Okay, it is a very, very busy design, but hey, some people like it, you know. Some people likes this type of you know, like a what do you call that, origami kind of design. So some people like it, just like some people tells me, oh, the Lexus RX is freaking beautiful, right? And then they will say that some people will say, oh, XC90 is very squarey, very boxy. So to each their own, okay. For me, I just don't like this kind of busy design. I prefer the cleaner designs like Mazda and all that. All right, so if you like it, then it's yours. I just don't like it, okay. Oops, my glasses. It's warm enough, so it's not fogging up anymore, and let's wear them. All right, so it's a crossover. It's not a very big car. Let's go inside. I'll go to the rear seats first because that's my sitting position. Oh no, that's not my sitting position, because this car has easy entry. So basically, when I switch off the engine, the seats will reverse all the way back, and then the steering wheel will go up and retract in. And of course, that's the hallmark of a luxury car. Now, the difference between an entry-level car and a luxury car is that, let's say you go into a Mazda, the front compartment is very luxurious, right? The moment you go to the back, it's usually a bit lacking. Okay, now let's look at it. The leather, I applaud Lexus Malaysia for having this leather option. It's brilliant. It's freaking brilliant. It's dark navy blue with a cream white interior combination. I think it just looks beautiful. And if you think that the leather looks a little bit yellowish, because it is, this is a media car and it has used 42,000. Let me tell you this, if a media car that has done 42,000 would sort of equivalent to your normal passenger car usage of 200,000, okay. Medias are rough with how they use the car. The leathers all feel really good. These are supple, you know, proper nice soft leather, very nice. The door pockets are leather as well, very nice, very comfortable. Yeah, we don't need those where you know some door pockets, back pockets, right? It's like net. That's the worst. And then there's one that's like a tray, which look very nice, but this is comfortable to use. All right, and this is pure hard plastic, like straight up hard plastic, the ones where your knuckle hurts. Okay, it's not the, you know, that I told you all that there's a higher quality ones where Your knuckles won't hurt that much. Yeah, this is like pure hard. Okay, this is plastic door handle with painted to look like metal. I think Mazda did a better job with the metallic effect because this one doesn't feel cold to the touch. Mazda's one feel cold to the touch. This is nice leather, you know. This is yeah, the whole door panel of this car feels cheap. Alright, even this plastic molded speaker covers, there's no door bin here, and this whole panel plus this, it actually reveals its origins. You know, as much leather as they want to garnish up, right, these parts reveals its origins, and it's a tight space here. Alright, you get two USB ports here, just USB A 2.1, not any high voltage. Of course, you got aircon vents here, and these are not the, you know, like the high, like those top grade stitching and all that. This is just a zipper, and the whole thing just wraps in. Okay, it's actually a zipper. Alright, so these are the type. Ingress and egress, I'm surprised because yes, the door actually opened up to like 80 or 70 or 80 degrees, but given that this is a Lexus, and Lexus always focus a lot on ingress egress, I would have hoped it opened up to 90 degrees, you know. Anyway, now the driver's seat, let's come inside here. I'll focus here first. Right, you get a metal, you know, sill, which is nice. You know, luxury car, you need to put metal here. The sitting position, I think the sitting position is just amazing. It's perfect. First of all, the footrest. All right, what I like about this placement is that the footrest, the brake, and the throttle is almost on the same plane. This is good. Why? Let me tell you this. In my Audi, right, it's an RS6. All right, of course it has a larger footwell. The footrest, let's say the footrest is in this position, but in my Audi, right, the brake pedal and the accelerator is in this position here. There's almost half a feet of difference. So when I sit in, right, see on this one, why is it so comfortable? Why I put so much emphasis on footwell? Because it has a lot to do with how comfortable you are sitting in your car. It also has a lot to do with whether you get backache or not. You know, like I always talk about Mercedes not having a proper footrest. You see, this is a proper footrest. My size 11.5 feet can fit here instead of just a little bump. You know, I have to tiptoe. And what I like about this is that look at both of my feet. They are almost on the same. You know, in my Audi, this my leg is here. Right, so it's very uncomfortable having one leg lifted up that much, another leg all the way in. So that's just my 2 cents. Okay, door bin here. The speaker cover looks cheap, it's plastic, and other than that, of course, maybe if you spec some higher spec, but not available in Malaysia. And the plastic molding here, all these are of the lowest grade. Basically, this is of the same grade as, let's say, a Proton or a Perodua, you know, that kind of entry level car kind of plastic molding down here, even up to here, hollow, you know. Yeah, but the fit and finish is alright because it's a Lexus, it's a Toyota at the end of the day, right? And this one, there's some cladding over here, some pretend soft touch, you know, just a little bit, and then with a metal tip here. Typical of Japanese, I would say. I mean, when they want to save costs, they're not shy about it. They let you know. I like this material. This material is really nice. I'm starting to see all this new form of materials coming in. Okay, when you start the car, move the seats for you, move the steering wheel, animation all come out. This is all very Lexus-y. Okay, sort of metallic feel buttons, metallic as well. The dashboard design is nice. It's ergonomic. All right, it has a large but landscape screen. I mean, the whole real estate of this thing is big, but then the usable one is this. Actually, people talk about screen, right? They always measure 6-inch, 7-inch. No, it's the angle. It is the angle of that diagonal measurement that matters. If you're, let's say you have a 20-inch screen, right? But the angle, the diagonal angle is 5 degrees. What's the point, right? It's just a long strip, LED strip, right? So it's the angle, all right? I like these, these little knobs that can, you know, switch off the aircon or adjust this, right? They actually light up. They actually light up at night. Very nice. But that's all they do. Audi's one actually had a screen inside, you know. Yeah, these are good build quality. Oh, this section, I mean this section from here is the kind of build quality that so far we haven't seen Mercedes-Benz achieve, you know, like super solid kind of build quality. Koreans has been doing this for years now. All right, this entire part, I mean, very solidly built. I don't know why they cheapen out on the door. How much can you save there? I really do not know, because you put so much effort here. This is really supple, proper leather over here. So as you rest your knees and your legs over here, it's just so comfortable. And this metallic surface material feels very nice. There are little grains there where you can hear the sound. There's a 12-volt socket here, unnecessarily mechanized. It's the most luxurious looking and most glorious and, you know, 12-volt socket ever. Wow, I never knew we need that for a 12-volt socket. And here's the wireless charging pad. Works really well. And then here's the parking brake that just ignore it, because the car will automatically do it for you. Okay, cup holders are decent, but it's good for having this cut out so you can put other stuffs here. Thank you for that. And, hold button, and it's leather gear knob. And this feels really good to the touch, you know, very comfortable to rest your palms on. And this unique thing that looks like it came straight out of Sony's design center. Very Sony, very Japanese. All right, you know, radio here, volume. Now if you don't want your volume, and then media, and then you go previous, next, you know. Very nice. And this shape is like so irregular, right? But the funny thing is, now I'm sitting on the driver's side, I'm controlling it with my left palm. Everything feels just at hand. But if you sit here, use your right palm, it also feels very natural. I kid you not. Okay, from the passenger side, they use this. This is actually invented by Mercedes-Benz. All right, so you know, they can open from their side. I can open from my side, which is really nice. Auxiliary and USB-A. Okay, so yeah, this mechanism is good. Okay, proper. Not very big, but it's all right. Surprised it's not carpeted. I'm also surprised the door bins are not carpeted. The seats are amazing. Okay, but like I said again, they just order this as a cover and then it just wraps in and then zipped up. Nothing wrong with that. That's the modern method of doing leather seats, because replacing them is quick and easy as well. Okay, seatbelts mounting point are adjustable. I love this. This is soft, you know, not super soft, but there are no sharp edges, you know. And this is nice, bright enough. Of course, the best would be the type where you open up and then the lights are here, in here, you know. It's alright, because those lights point straight at your face, give you a nice glow. And as a car for ladies, I just find it awkward. They don't give you a sunglasses compartment, and this part just looks pretty, I don't know. I mean, here you can put some cards here, and yep. So, and then here, this is where you adjust your sports mode. You go up and then you see the dial turns to red, and you come down to normal, go down to eco. Oh, when I go eco, it doesn't go green. Don't you want to go green since you have an eco mode? Interesting. Why can't I go eco mode? Maybe only can when, oh, it's here, it's here. Eco, and then sport, Normal? Oh, normal I press in. That's normal. Okay, okay. I don't know, man. I'm just, since from eco to sport is, by the way, passing by normal, but no, normal cannot be passed by. Normal has to be selected specifically. So it's sport or eco, and then normal. Normal gets its own button. And this one is traction control. Since it's so dedicated, is it one press? Whoa! Hardcore! This car is hardcore. Just one press. Those scaredy cats need you to press it and hold for 5 seconds. This is hardcore. You're halfway driving, chill, and then you see an M5, traction control off, and then you just drive. Or you're driving like that, and you're just turning, relying on the traction control, and then suddenly you realize you're going too fast into this turn, and the traction control might come in. So as you turn the car late into the apex, and then you press it, and then it turns off the traction control, and then you can full throttle. And then as you wind back your steering wheel after the turn, you switch your traction control back. Oh, this is the most hardcore traction control in the world. Okay, jokes aside, this is the cruise control panel. If you notice this, this has the advanced adaptive cruise control, and of course with that it comes with the automatic braking and all that, because it has all the radar systems already. I just find that they should have updated this, because this is the old logic for cruise controls. Press this, and then once you're ready, you press set, and then you set the speed, and then you adjust, resume, and all that, accelerate, cancel. I think, look at Volvo, just one button, press, you go into adaptive mode, and then you press right again, you go into full adaptive, whereby the steering wheel is controlled by the car instead of just bouncing off the lanes. Okay, here for your media control, nothing much. And then at the back here you have a little lever, power adjustment for the steering wheel. Yep. So yeah, is if you are buying your next car as your only car, right? You want a luxury car, this is not recommended at all. All right, it is not recommended at all for a family car. It is an occasionally used rear seats, and this is a personal luxury kind of car, like a Mini Cooper, like a Mercedes A-Class. It's your secondary car in your household. Where, again, like I said, there is a main car, there is a secondary car, and of course you have a family car. This is a secondary car, the car that you go to marketplaces, the car where you pick up the kids from tuition, things like that. That is alright. Okay, and like I said, some people, once they tried Lexus, they've had luxury cars over the years. Once they tried Lexus, absolutely problem free. No, it just doesn't kacau you. It just doesn't affect your daily life. They tell you, you buy the car, you go home, everything works, means everything works. It's not like German cars where suddenly you have headlights with water going in, or you have leaking roof liners, all these little stuffs. None. And for those people, they buy Lexus. They don't care about the price, they just want to buy Lexus and the peace of mind, right? Yeah, so this is it. And yeah, that's my review. Will I buy it? No, not my car, not my kind of car. I don't like how it looks, I don't like the powertrain. And speaking of powertrain, yes, it's a 2-liter NA CVT. If you just drive normally like a normal human, it's very fuel efficient. But if you use a CVT, especially an NA CVT, which has no power at the get-go, and you need a lot of revs, right, and sustaining them there because you're not changing gears or whatnot, it consumes a lot of fuel, right? I went up Genting with full tank this morning and come down. Look at that. And I didn't even go all the way up to the hills. I only go up to Chin Sui and then come back. Look at the consumption. Crazy. I don't even want to go in and see what's the consumption like. Will I be able to see it? Is there like a menu? Mode? No, that's radio. No, shut up. Where is the... Oh, so it should be this one. That's tire pressure. Whoa, all the safety systems, no messages. Where's the one where I can see my odo trip? Can I see this one? Trip A. Very basic. Where's the average fuel consumption? Where's the average fuel consumption? You don't even show that? Really? Oh yeah, it's here. Eco indicator. After refuel, 7.1 km per liter. Current. Range 182 km. Oh well. Okay, that's it. That's my review of the Lexus UX200. I get it. I get the proposition, and the drive is good for this kind of car, and it's very comfortable, extremely comfortable. Oh, I forgot that you have aircon seats. How many cars at this price point have aircon seats? None. So if you want aircon seats for your sweaty bum, this is the best, right? You drive daily, you have a sweaty bum, you switch on the aircon, it really cools down your body. It's very comfortable. I think all cars in Malaysia should have air-conditioned seats. I don't even need rear aircon vents. I want air-conditioned seats. Alright? Cheers.